Imagine you are Elon Musk and you're doing one of your daily rounds at the offices of SpaceX. You notice a gentleman coming towards you and realize that he is a candidate for the post of personal assistant. Now you must choose the right person to work with, otherwise you'll face the consequences. Therefore, you take the initiative by offering your hand, and he shakes it. But you instantly feel like recoiling from him as you find out that the hand was super slimy and the shake was limp. Now, if you were in the place of Elon Musk, would you hire that candidate? Respected viewers and my dear friends, good day to everyone. Over 95% of the general public would say a big no in the above scenario. This alone is ample proof of the power of the first impression. Today we'll analyze the first impression and the devious ways in which it works, and steps that you can take to show your best original self for any important task. So, what is a first impression? A first impression is the event when one person first encounters another and forms a mental image of that person. These impressions happen very fast and are said to be very decisive. First impressions range from about 7 seconds to being as short as a tenth of a second. These first impressions can be nearly impossible to reverse or undo, and they often set the tone for the relationship that follows. People you meet will have a really good impression of your status, trustworthiness, charisma, leadership, smartness, success, etc. just by looking at you. These are based on stereotypes and norms, so they may turn out to be inaccurate, but once done, it can be hard to undo. Substantial research has affirmed the importance of first impressions while exploring a variety of factors that contribute to their formation. For example, a 2009 study in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that factors ranging from clothing style to posture play a role in how impressions are formed. Another study in the April 2011 issue of Social Influence found that a limp handshake can make you appear overly passive. First impressions may not always be the right ones, but they stick around forever. So, if you want to tell the other person what your true skill set and potential is, you must craft your impression to ensure that people do not get a wrong idea of who you are. This applies to all kinds of scenarios, whether it be a job interview as mentioned above, or a school election campaign. It can also apply for public speaking too, and there are many factors on which the first impression is made, so tackling each of them is extremely important. So right now, let's look at some of the important factors on which a first impression relies on and how you can improve on them. Point number 1. When you're meeting someone for the first time, it is pivotal that you arrive on time. The other person will not be interested in your good excuse for running late. Plan to arrive a few minutes early and allow flexibility for possible delays in traffic or taking a wrong turn. Arriving early is much better than arriving late. Punctuality is the very first step towards creating a great first impression. Point number 2. The saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. When someone sees you the first time, our appearance is usually the first clue he or she has to go on. Therefore, the key to a good impression is to present yourself appropriately. Think about the way that you dress. What is the appropriate dress code for the meeting or occasion? The right answer may vary based on the setting of the meeting, business or creative arts, the culture of the place you're in, or even what the other person is likely to wear. The important thing here is to present an accurate picture of who you are to the person you are meeting. While making a good impression may require you to adjust or fit in to some degree, it is also important to be yourself. That is point number 3. The best way to create a good impression is by being your authentic self. not by losing yourself or pretending to be someone you're not. This helps you project confidence, which automatically improves your body language. Speaking of the fourth point, it is related to body language. Body language is one of the keystones of a great first impression. The best way to impress any person is to show confidence. That can be done by standing tall, smiling, making eye contact, etc. These encourage both you and the other person to feel more at ease. Some of the real reasons why people have a bad first impression are because of the following dilemmas: sweaty palms, cracked knuckles, downcast eyes, and poor posture. A dry handshake is always preferred to a slimy one. Positivity, courteousness, and attentiveness are very important in dealing with other people. That is point number 5. Maintain a positive attitude in the face of a demanding situation. It will greatly improve your first impression. Good manners and polite, attentive, and courteous behavior help make a good first impression. Anything less can ruin the one chance that you have at making that impression. Set aside modern-day distractions and don't get sidetracked by other people. Your new acquaintance gets and deserves to get 100% of your attention. Anything less and you'll likely make them feel unimportant or even irritated. And finally, number 6. Always use small talk and begin your dealings with your new acquaintance. Conversations are always based on verbal give and take. It may help you to prepare some questions for the person you're meeting beforehand, or take a few minutes to learn something about him or her. Do you have anything in common with him? If so, this can be a great way to open the conversation and to keep it flowing. These are the 6 ways in which we can groom ourselves for that impactful first impression. Now, before we leave, I want to give you an example where all of these were in action. In 2002, at the California residence of Hasso-Plattner, one of the 5 co-founders of SAP, a 41-year-old Bill McDermott was waiting for his job interview. He noticed the boss's dog, Claudie, beckoning him to play fetch. He realized that Hasso loved dogs and threw the ball for Claudie to play fetch. Claudie came back with the ball, now wetted with his saliva, and Bill was faced with a crisis. If he played fetch with him again, he had to handle the slimy ball, which would either mean A, a slimy handshake when Hasso greets him, or B, a stained suit with the dog's saliva. Both outcomes were undesirable. Undeterred, he threw left-handed passes for Claudie. When Hasso did finish his phone and came out to meet Bill, he was impressed with the sight, and they instantly began small talk regarding dogs and their past. Bill's first impression was so great that Hasso offered him the role of CEO of SAP America and accepted Bill's conditions for autonomy in that role. The same Bill McDermott will later become the CEO of SAP worldwide in 2014. Now, notice that Bill might still have been a smart and dynamic leader even without all the drama above. But this example clearly illustrates the power of the first impression, both for SAP, which began to increase its revenue after appointing him, and Bill himself, who fulfilled his dream to be a CEO. Having said all of this, isn't it time we began crafting, refining, and deploying our first and best impressions in order to give wings to our dreams? Over to you. And that's the end of this talk about the first impression, the devious ways in it works, and steps that you can take to create your best and original first impression. So, if you like this video, then don't forget to click the like button and also subscribe to our channel, Brain Blitz Audios. We have a lot of educational content out here which will help you, and we have various tricks such as memory hacks, mind maps, etc. And we also have a lot of interesting episodes that people can watch regarding their studies. And don't forget to hit the notifications button for receiving the latest and most useful content from Brain Blitz Audios. So, until the next video, take care, stay safe, bye-bye for now.